Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well. Welcome back here and thank you for your support. If you are a parent and you pay your kids money for doing house chores, this video is for you. So this woman has a habit of paying her son every time he does house chores. The boy saved his allowance for about 11 months and bought himself a video game, and that is where the problem started. I am going to allow you to watch the full video. Remember to let me know what you would have done if you were in this situation.
I did, and I would do it again in a heartbeat because he is throwing. I absolutely would. I have only ever wanted what's best for you, and you are throwing away your life.
So I want to understand from you, as his mother, he forgot to pick up his sister. What were your instructions to him? Were you working? What happened?
So first of all, that was the straw that broke the camel's back because Jose does not do anything around the house at all.
That's not true.
The only thing, he gets an allowance, and the only thing I ever ask him to do is pick up his sister from cheer practice
And I do that
on
every week.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. But you didn't that one time you left her stranded there.
No, I did not. She has so many people to ask. You could have asked her mom's friend.
All right. Mr. Ortiz, let your mother speak. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. So he has one responsibility to pick up his sister on Tuesdays and Thursdays
Which I do.
because I work a double shift. He not only did not remember to pick her up, but when we came home, he was playing video games and didn't even care. I said, "You left your sister," and he shrugged and went back to playing his video game.
Did you just shrug, Mr. Ortiz?
Well, I acknowledge what she said, but I just didn't think it was a big deal because I do it every week. If she was just at school, do you really think that's a big deal to you?
Yes, it is, because cheerleading practice happens after school. And so after that's over, parents come and pick up the child, and the children who are left over, whose parents don't come, are left with the coach or the teacher, which is an inconvenience.
Right, exactly.
Hold on. The coach or the teacher then has to find out how are they going to get that child home. It's a huge inconvenience.
But she was not stranded, was she? She had teachers and coaches there.
No, she was stranded because you didn't come get her, and then your mother came to
But
get
I
her.
was busy doing what I want to do.
I want to point out also that this is the latest in a long string of incidents that have happened since he's become addicted to video games.
That's not true at
My
all.
parents visited from Florida. He
I
came
still
out
saw
for
them,
5
though.
minutes for the whole 2 weeks they were here. He comes out of his room to eat and go to the bathroom, and then the rest of the time he's in there playing
That
his
is
games.
not true.
Let me ask you this. You say he still gets an allowance at 18 years old.
I just wanted him to focus on his schoolwork, and when he was a little boy, he took everything so seriously. He worked so hard at his studies. That's why I bought him his first video game console to begin with, because I wanted him to have.
So you
a little
actually
fun.
got him his first one.
I did.
But this one you did not buy.
I did not.
So, Mr. Ortiz, you bought this all on your own?
Yes,
With the money I gave him from his allowance.
But I earned that money.
No.
I do chores. I pick up my sister.
Wait. Is your allowance based upon you doing chores and then getting the money?
Exactly.
What do you have to do?
I pick up the laundry. I do my room. I do the dishes. Everything she tells me to do.
Laundry.
And I pick up my sister.
What a laundry machine.
No. Laundry, dishes.
The trash.
Clean your room.
Exactly.
The trash.
Yes.
Right? And pick up your sister.
Of course.
And so, Mom, is that true? Like, are those the chores he's required to do and then he gets payment for those?
No. Those are every once in a while he volunteers, or he used to. He doesn't do it anymore.
Yes, I do.
But he is not required for that allowance to do anything except pick up his sister, which he didn't do.
I don't believe in paying kids to do things they already need to do to learn responsibility. So cleaning up your room, you're not getting no money from me for cleaning up your room. You better clean up your room, because in this house, we live in a clean house.
But I clean it well.
Washing dishes, washing clothes, that doesn't matter. That, in my opinion, that is not something you need to be paid to do. Now, if you're doing something outside of the realm of something you would ordinarily do, maybe, or if you want to just give an allowance because this is the money you're giving him, right? But the key word in that, Mom, is giving. You're giving him an allowance. I thought maybe there was a condition to the allowance. You just admitted there are no real conditions. I just give him an allowance. So you give him an allowance so that he has his own money, so that he can do the things he wants to do and not always have to ask you for money. He chose to save it up. Am I correct?
That's correct.
And then you
for
bought
11 months. For 11 months, I did
11
that.
months, and you bought this game.
Correct.
All right. So at the end of the day, he used his allowance on what he wanted to, and you didn't object to it.
No, but I wish I had now.
All right. So that's hindsight, and we know that's 2020. So get me to the point where you smash the game. What happened? You come home, you're mad, he didn't pick up the baby sister, you had to race over there, your nerves were shot, you come in, and what happens?
So I come in and I ask him to look his sister in the eye and say why he forgot to pick her up. And he doesn't. He glances at her, he shrugs, he dismisses
I
both of us,
apologize to her.
takes no responsibility, which he's been doing for these past several years now, taking no responsibility. And I'm sorry I lost it. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry because this addiction is out of control.
It's
and I've
not
tried to
addiction,
talk to you
Mom.
about it for so long.
any kid plays video games. Why?
I haven't heard anything normal yet. You haven't told me anything you've done that's normal except pick your sister up, but then you said you forgot her. In this entire testimony, your entire testimony, you have not said to me any other thing that you do.
So the one thing I make wrong was picking up my sister, not just doing it.
What else is normal about your life?
Your grades are failing. He's going to end up having to repeat senior year of high school.
That's not true.
Yes, you
No,
are.
it's not.
He used to get straight A's, and now
I
what are you?
still
You're
do.
failing math. You're failing science.
Wait a minute. You talking about you still get straight A's?
Of course.
No.
Well, why would your mother say you used to get?
She just says that so that she just tries to find ways to get me in trouble. She just wants the worst for
All
me.
I ever wanted is what's best for
Is
you.
that why you destroy my games? Is that what you?
Yes, that is absolutely why I
Why do you
destroyed
always
your game.
Why do you always blame me for everything?
You know, sometimes as a parent, you have to do the things that your kids are going to hate you for because it's the right thing to do. And that's why I smashed your game. And I guess I would do it again.
How did you smash it? Once you came back, he's still in his room playing. He doesn't really acknowledge or express any concern for his sister. What did you do to the game?
First, I yanked the controller out of his hand. I threw that against the wall, and then I went over and I yanked the PlayStation out of the wall.
Without
And
any
but I threw it, but it wasn't anywhere near him, so he was not in danger of getting
You
hurt.
damaged my wall,
I
too.
turned. It's my wall. You don't pay for anything. It's my house. It's my wall, and I threw and it's my game
your house,
because it
too.
came from the allowance I gave you.
But I earned that. Did you forget about
You
that? I
didn't
did the
earn it.
chores.
No, you didn't earn it. She just said you didn't have to earn it. I want to hear from your witness, though, ma'am. Please stand up, sir. State your name for the record.
Robert Shannon.
Mr. Shannon, you are here. You are a psychologist?
Yes,
And
yes.
what would you like to testify to today?
Well, first of all, I wrote a book on gaming disorder, and I do have I photocopied a page from my book.
I'll take that.
That kind of disorder doesn't even exist.
Can you please let the man talk? He's the expert. You are not the expert. Why don't you just shut your mouth for
Let's
2
get some
minutes?
order now.
Okay, so from what I've gathered here, talking to the family, this is a clear case of gaming addiction, and
Why do you say that, sir?
Well, just looking at his behavior and his denial and how he'll spend hours into the night doing the gaming. And, you know, the definition of addiction is when it prevents you from doing other things. Like you can't be part of the family, be part of the school, be part of anything else. It takes over, like many other addictions do.
He gets angry when he can't play.
That's
He
not
starts
true.
fights with us.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
When has it happened?
Like, when hasn't it happened?
Oh my
But
god.
what they're not telling you,
You sound just like my son. Oh, my God.
what they're not telling you is the reason I sent that copy over to you is often there's a deep void that needs to be filled that can be filled by the gaming addiction. And what they haven't mentioned is the divorce that happened about 2 years ago, which is about the time that the gaming really increased for Jose.
That's not true. You know that, right?
And so, as I see, now I haven't done a formal evaluation. I recommend not only counseling, I recommend court-ordered counseling for this gaming addiction.
What?
Ortiz, I want to ask you, I'm going to give you a chance before I give my ruling. Why do you think that isn't true? Do you think you're addicted?
No, I lead a normal life. I'm a kid. I play video games like any other person. Why
You're not a kid. You're 18. Why don't you start acting like
I
it?
don't do anything wrong. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not hanging with the wrong people. Why are you both so
So
against
let me ask you this. Are you involved in any sports?
I play sports on my games and stuff, but not
No,
physically.
physical sports. Do you go outside?
I mean, I go walking and stuff, but why are they both still so
When do
against-
you go walking?
Just to get to the kitchen and stuff, but
Boy, please. I can tell you this, Mr. Ortiz, and you gonna tell it. You walk from the kitchen to get something right, then go right back to your room to your game.
yes.
Whether you are actually addicted, that will have to be under additional psychological evaluation. Mr. Shannon can only talk about what he's heard and give a recommendation. This is what I want to say to you. As parents, right, what your mother is trying to do is protect you from your own vices, right? There are things in your life that you don't see right now at 18, even though you are legally an adult. There are things in your life that you don't understand how they affect you right now and how they can affect you in the future. When I look at the life you just described, when I hear what you just said to me, that is an extremely isolated life. For an 18-year-old young man, for you not to be able to list off 5 additional things that you do besides video games, that's a problem. That is not healthy. Not about the physical game. It is how you interact with it. When you can't get off of it, when all of your social interactions are through the game, that is problematic. And you've got to sometimes understand that your mother has your best interests at heart, because what does a mother want to do except see you thrive and see you succeed? And sometimes that means not giving you exactly what you want. Because in my house, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. And that's 2 different things. So I'm going to have to make a call sometimes that you're not going to like, because I'm not here to be your friend. And she's not here right now to be your friend. She's here to be your mother. But the problem is he bought that video game with money that you gave him. Once you give the allowance, it's his. It's a gift. You admitted he didn't work for it, but it's a gift. You gave it to him. Now, what you could have done was simply restrict his ability to play the game. No. Or you could have said that video games are not allowed in your home because it's your home. But wait, hold on. I'm doing the talking, Mr. Ortiz. This is the difference about what you do in your house and what you get to do in this courtroom. The problem is you need to set boundaries in your own home. You cannot destroy his property. But you could have told him it's not allowed up in my house. And then he just have to figure out where he gonna live and how he gonna pay for it. Since he's 18 anyway, you need to be going off to college. Do you know where you're going to college? Lord have mercy. Okay, so you don't know where you're going to college. You don't know nothing about mother destroyed your property. And for that, I'm gonna rule in your favor. It is the determination of this court in this moment is that your mother owes you $1,050 for the value of your game. Did you bring a receipt?
But then he's just going to buy another machine.
Wait a minute. I cannot control what he buys. You have got to woman up and let him know what is allowed in your house and what is not. So if he goes out and buys another game, if you tell him you can't bring it in here, he can't bring it in here. But if he buys it, you cannot just destroy it because of your anger. Judgment for the plaintiff for $1,050. Court is adjourned. Mr. Ortiz, I advise you to get yourself together. Because those video games, they're not going to do it. You too old to be living up in your mama's house with nothing else to do.